So it's one of those things where I see this a lot, particularly with impact-driven startups, but I'm working with a startup right now that's very similar, where a lot of times people start companies or create a service or whatever because they have experienced all of this and they see the bigger payoff. So impact focused startups, the easy one is they want to save the planet in some way, shape, or form. And then they go and they talk, and then they fail at the point of first contact when they try to start the argument, start the case for their new technology of like, it's going to save the planet. One of my favorite examples of this is, one of the big sources of carbon emissions in this world, this is just facts, y'all, is shipping. Big cargo ships, just not, they produce a lot of the carbon. It's just how it is. And yet there is a desire regulatorily and from some of their clients and their customers to reduce the carbon emissions. Now, you can have people who are like, so the people running these shipping companies are shippers, right? Like they're freight movers. And what they're worried about is how do we meet these guidelines and we meet these demands for lowering carbon without mothballing our entire fleet? We can't afford to do that. That, like, to them, it seems absolutely like, right. And my client had a really good product for this, but when they go in and they're talking to shippers who just want to like get the stuff from A to B, and they're like, we can save the planet. And that's where they start. Like, and then they just want people to want that. And I'm like, that's not what they want. Like, you're asking people to want something they don't want. What they do want is a way to do this, to meet those demands without mothballing their fleet. And they're like, well, our thing does that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, start there, right? Like, it's like, hey, if you can capture carbon on board, it just means a little tweak to all your current ships. Like, you don't have to like mothball the fleet. And so it's that kind of thing, right? You can't say, well, they should want it. No, like they may come to want it, but you have to start it with what they actually want, because that's where their momentum is. And frankly, that's where their curiosity already is. And where there is curiosity, there is already a willingness to learn. When you have to force someone to look at something, that's usually not a pleasant experience for anybody, right? But when somebody's already looking, right, they're already open to learning something. And so that's, it's one of those things where it's like, fish where the fish are. And what I mean by that is like, if they don't have the question that you answer, they're not your client. Like, they're not your people. And you can wish that they were asking that question, but they're not. So focus on the people who are, or change the question, right? Like that's ultimately where it can come down to.